That's smart. You can put snacks in there.
Day one started with a section of the Great Walk, which went through to North Arm Hut, and we had Kimberly join us because she was doing the Great Walk and stay with us the first night, and we were going to carry on. Great track. Bloody felt like a highway, even though with full packs, which Tom's was 26, mine was 22, we still managed to get in under the track time, which was great. Had plenty of time to celebrate my birthday, my 25th birthday. Day two, we went from North Arm Hut all the way through to Freshwater, and this was probably one of the toughest section of the entire hike, just with the undulations, the type of track, and a few people skip this part so it's not as tracked out. Got stuck in a bush.
Just keep walking, bro.
Huh?
Just keep walking, it's the only way. Yeah, you gotta watch those ones. The track's turned to shit. I'm just walking down a creek.
And then at one point, the whole track was a downhill stream, which at the end of the day was pretty tough going. We were pretty slow going. But onto the flats was pretty good. We seen some deer. Oh, well, I actually missed them. I walked straight past them, but Tom did. Tom seen them and got a wee video here, which was quite cool. It's quite muddy, and I also fell off a tree trying to cross a wee creek. Didn't injure myself, but it was a bit sketchy.
There you go. Bye bye.
To the hut at about 5 o'clock. What do you used to say about today's track, Tom? If it had a personality, what would it be?
Fucking schizophrenic.
Day 3 was Freshwater through to Mason Bay. Now it's considered an easy day, but it's still about 15 kilometres, so we just thought we'd get up early and mish it there to hang out at the bay for the afternoon, Mason Bay for the afternoon. Good wee boardwalk, but we were quite lucky we didn't have that much rain, but this section usually floods.
Easy,
and we met some people who had it up to waist deep, pretty hard track, hard going, so we were pretty lucky. And we got to the hut, went to the beach.
Mason Bay, looking up towards the Ruggities, codfish. Various islands down the bottom. Beautiful.
Seen a deer hanging around the hut, just a wee sitter. Day 4 started with an incredible sunrise on Mason Bay beach, where we just had a wee dance and enjoyed it and just cruised along about a 3k. Nice and hard sand. Was a good start to which was going to be a very long day, and of course we needed a snack before we went up the hills, so we took a minute and then we got stuck into the mud. Just mud. Big day, so we had 2 elevation climbs. This was the first one up and over to Little Hellfire Beach, where we had some breakfast at Little Hellfire.
Looking through Freshwater. Another one of my dad videos. And the Ruggedy Ranges.
It was great views there, overlooking both sides, looking onto the ocean and then into Freshwater. Nice big sand path. Had a wee shower with a pot of hot water. Just enjoyed the night. Day 5 started with a kiwi on the track, which was quite cool. We had to get up early in the morning for a big day, so we had plenty of chances to spot one, and here's one just getting his morning feed ready for the day's sleep. And then we came down to Waituna Beach, where Tom ran out and got some paua, straight off the rocks, shucking it here. And we had it for breakfast, which was beautiful. The sun was out, and a bit of cooking coat in an aluminium pan. It was a good way to warm up the old body. It's still pretty early, but it was pretty good. And there was more mud from Waituna Bay up and over to West Ruggedy Beach. Tom loves the mud. Through the way to the end, right to the edge of the cliff, and then we cut up the sand dunes towards the hut, where again, pretty simple: get in, chop firewood, go to bed, get up, do it again. Day 6 was from Ruggedy Hut, West Ruggedy Hut, through to Long Harry. Started out by getting straight up over the hill, and a bit of an up and down day, but there was some really nice views that looked down onto the Ruggities and the beach. We got cliffed out a wee bit, lost the track, super muddy, slippery, but we came out without a scar on that one, and had to get on the old all fours and scamper our way up. Tom's strong boy. Then we got to the hut and just relaxed for a bit before we went down to the beach, and Tom gave the old hand line a go. Just a wee bit of string on a stick and hope for some cod, but unfortunately the cod did not come out to play. But it was good seeing Tom. Obviously another beautiful fire for us to keep warm, and we seen a wee deer and a kiwi around the hut. This was actually in the morning before we left. We started with beautiful sunrise overlooking the bay, but by far we had the best kiwi experience here, and this wee fella just hung around for a couple minutes. We just stayed still, and it was pretty content, just sniffing us out, scouting us out. Pretty surreal experience to see the wee chunky boy just chipping away about his day.
It's cool.
That's fucking sick.
Smoky Beach. This is a beautiful beach again. The beaches were amazing. They were really nice. We actually seen 2 hunters out there fishing, having a good time. We stopped for some breakfast and then headed up more sand dunes into the bush, over the gully and up and down to the hut, which was perched beautifully near a river. And again, we had to get a nice big load of firewood going. Little Sparky did us well. Had a wee bonfire too. That was pretty special. Stars came out. Had fun with that. We also had a rest day here. And this is on the first day where Tom ran out to get some power. We couldn't get any on the first day, but this is on the rest day here. And we got plenty of power for breakfast, lunch and dinner, which was beautiful. Day 8, bit of a long one, not much footage because I think it was 26k, I'm not actually that sure, but it was long. We skipped Christmas Village, went from Yankee all the way to Bungaree, and this is us right on sunset, got a last bit of light, walking along the beach before we had a pitch black bush walk for a couple hours until we got to Bungaree Hut, which had a great surprise. There was actually 4 Heinekens left from Hunters, so we necked into them and looked at the stars and then went straight to bed. Day 9, our last day, still another big day. We walked from Bungaree through to Oban, skipped Port Williams and had to walk into town because the only cab driver was away. That was a bit of a stitch up. Great morning though, a bit of rain, but we're in the forest, so it was all good. We were just pretty keen to get to the pub, so it was pretty quiet. There wasn't much words, it was a hustle and bustle. Yeah. Sweet as boat. What do you have to say for yourself?
Beer. Beer. Blue card. Shower. That's about it. Come inside me.
Bane. 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 It's the beach. It's beach. Oh, beach dick. All sack. Oh, he's only got one nut. And one view.
Gee whiz. Look at all the bloody kiwi.
Tom was struggling, I was struggling. This walk, you just finished and we had to walk the whole way back, another 6-7k. But we made it. Got halfway and we stopped hitchhiking because we thought, fuck it, we've made it this far, we're doing it ourselves. This is the after state of the pub. Tom's a bit bloated after drinking too many beers and eating too much food, and I'm just being a pest.
Fuck off.
Morning, sunrise, we were up, had some brekkie at the pub. The pub was awesome. Great food and great sunrise. Then we had Jude and Shane pick us up on Aftershock.
We're over here. Yeah, we're ready to go. We're out of here.
We've had a hard day's whaling. Didn't harpoon too many. But yeah, the old skipper's done pretty good today, I'd say, eh, bud?
Shane's pretty good filleter, so he took the reins and did most of them, which is great. Well, he doesn't actually like it. He just hates watching other people dick around, so it's quite funny. Tom had a wee go and aced it, so good on you, Tom. Yeah, good. Your backbone. Jude here, who's an absolute backbone. She cooked us some fish, panko. In the pan we go, and that is Stewart Island coming to an end.